Jaguar Wright said, "And I'm going to call you until you start acting like a woman, because that fancy dog collar that Puff got around your neck and has had around your neck for the past 30 years, it should have been done, got tight, it don't feel like a new Mary. And so when I met Puff, I was, you know." In a video, Mary J Blige describes herself as blowing away, but it took some years to grow into that and accepting someone that just was so excited about being seen. Diddy stated in a video call with Mary J Blige, "But it was so great to go on vacation and be on the yacht, had her yacht pulled up to my yacht, I about when I used to come and pull up on you." If you thought Jaguar Wright had finished leaking information about Diddy and his enablers, prepare for a wild ride, because she is back, this time accusing Diddy's longtime friend Mary J of obtaining Diddy's victims for him and allegedly covering up what he did to Cassie. According to these widely circulated rumors, Mary is Diddy's madam, or female pimp, as some have put it, and she supposedly helped him groom both women and men. Get this, some are even claiming that Mary is bisexual and participated in some of those bizarre sessions. What exactly did Jaguar Wright say about Mary's alleged role as Diddy's madam? Was Mary a victim herself, or was she possibly more involved than meets the eye? Let's get into it. Mary has been keeping a very low profile amid these recent allegations about Diddy. Some sources claim Mary's silence may be more about protecting her own secrets than defending Diddy. Others, however, believe Mary was a victim of Diddy's rage and is likely scared to go against him after all these years. To give you some background, I would want to say that I love you, sis. I love you too. I was really proud to be able to let you know that you can see me that way on your own yacht. Mary's relationship with Diddy began in the early 1990s, when, at the age of 18, she signed a record contract with Uptown Records. This decision caused quite a stir, not just because. It was during this period that Mary met her future husband, Casey. Their relationship was turbulent and intense, and Mary later revealed what Casey did to her. Mary was not only the youngest artist they had ever signed, but also Uptown's first female talent. Diddy was given the responsibility of managing the careers of Mary and Jodeci by Andre Harold. "Her battle with depression ruined my life and brought back a whole bunch of other stuff that I had never dealt with before," she added, bringing back unresolved issues from her past. The horrific childhood Mary was alluding to is the reason behind her being ESS from the age of 5 until the age of 17. "I've been through hell, so you know, when I entered the music industry, people were like, 'Don't touch me, I'll kill you,' and I was returning to Diddy." Mary's debut album What's the 411 had Andre as executive producer, and over the years, Mary frequently credited Diddy for helping her become famous. "I was terrified of being successful and of drawing too much attention to myself before I met Puff. He was the total opposite of that, and I was lucky to have him in my life because I needed his qualities even a few months prior, when Mary made an appearance on Drew Barrymore's conversation program. She brought up Diddy once more, saying he gave her the courage to pursue her aspirations. "Probably because he was a great inspiration to me. When I first entered the game, I didn't like who I was. I didn't want success because I was terrified of it, but I saw how much he wanted it and he was it." There is more to this inspirational and mentoring story than meets the eye. Several industry insiders have boldly claimed that Diddy and Mary were more than just friends. Back in the 1990s, when Mary was dating Casey, rumors began to circulate that she was connected to not only Diddy but also a number of bad boy musicians. Similar to Nas's situation, Danny Boy, Drake, Tupac, and, get this, all of these alleged connections are said to have occurred within a brief 4-year period. Diddy is also said to have told artists that, if they signed with him, they would receive Mary as a prize, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The persistent rumor that Diddy once forced Mary to have an abortion and actually got her pregnant has been around for a while. Recently, a blind item claiming Diddy's ex Kim Porter knew about this and intended to disclose it in her tell-all book. Mary J Blige was pregnant by Diddy, and of course she had an abortion. The Vine has been rife with rumors regarding Diddy's treatment of Mary. If these reports are accurate, they align with Diddy's alleged history of treating nearly all women in a disrespectful and sometimes violent manner. Some sources even speculate that Diddy may have been responsible for the scar beneath Mary's eye, given the way Cassie has an uncannily identical scar above her eyebrow? Perhaps, but perhaps not. This is where things get really crazy. There have been recent claims that Mary, who was allegedly bisexual, was not only aware of what Diddy had done to Cassie, but may have even taken part in some of those freak-offs. Browse the archives to discover a plethora of images with Mary in them. Diddy and Cassie. Many of these pictures show Diddy and Mary clutching Cassie's hand as though they were her handlers. Also show Mary getting back into the spotlight after Cassie left and Yung Miami took her place by frequently being spotted hanging around with Diddy and Kisha, which fueled rumors that there were charges of grooming that are specifically directed at Mary. Although Danny Boy didn't call himself a victim and there isn't much of an age gap between them, he aimed in an interview that he had an intimate encounter with Mary when he was only 15 or 16. He even claimed that she flew him to New York several times. He stated, "You straight you did the L. I'm 15, 16 years old and she laying on the couch and I'm sitting on the other end and she laid down on the couch and put her head in my lap. We went in another room and laid down and she laid down with me. She kind of like backed up against me. And every time she back up against me, I would move away, and from that time I had an opportunity to go out to New York and visit her a couple more times. At that time I'm 15, 16 years old and she flying me in to see her, and you know what it is, when a girl back up on you young, I'm trying to show her that she ain't phasing me." And Jaguar immediately entered the discussion, accusing Mary in a series of public outbursts of securing musicians for Diddy in an interview that went viral with Storm Monroe without holding back. Jaguar accused Mary of attempting to damage Jaguar's brand by portraying Jaguar as a drug user. Jaguar said, "That be she got on my page earlier today and created a fake Instagram page that said Jaguar Wright's crack pipe what you need to smoke when your life has gone down the drain, and I screenshotted it. I'ma text it to you, and it had the page had 2 followers, and the first post was an magazine cover of her, and then the second post was like one of my angry faces that they use on Instagram." But Jaguar shot back, alleging that it's Mary who struggles with substance use and she tried to flip it on her because she scared Jaguar might spill the beans about what Mary was allegedly involved in during her time at death row. She kept on saying that, "And you keep getting on my page, I'ma call a LWI, you gonna pay me too for defamation of character, cuz I ain't no crackhead like you are, cuz everybody knows you're a crackhead, Mary. That's why you came up with that page talking about Jaguar's crack pipe. You don't want me to talk about what happened to you at death row. Tell us please." Jaguar claims that there was a troubling occurrence with Mary when she was weak and that Sue Knight set things up so that a number of men could take advantage of her. Jaguar continued to say, "You shouldn't have been smoking crack that night. You shouldn't have got so high that night that you ain't know what them was doing to you in the live room. Mary, they ran a train. Mary you up good. Mary, you get no. I understand you traumatized. I understand you don't want to go back to Jonas. I understand you don't want to be a projected rat. But if that's not what you want to be, why do you have projected rat ways? Cause see, if you want to stop being something, you kind of got to stop acting like it." Now, some fans criticize Jaguar for bringing up this incident, saying that if Mary was intoxicated or high at the time, she was a victim, and it's especially upsetting to learn about this given Mary's childhood trauma. However, Jaguar maintains that she doesn't feel sorry for Mary because Mary appears to have sided with the same men who hurt her, including Diddy. Jaguar even asserted that Diddy chose Mary specifically because he knew she may join him in his misdeeds. Jaguar said, "'Cause as much divisive had you done behind so many female artists back the way you over Faith, 'cause you was jealous you over a lot of people. Mary, it's not our fault that Puff picked you up because you had no talent. And you fit his plan. That's why you had you run around the streets looking for every rapper possible to bring back to him. You were a procurer." Mary has undoubtedly been by Diddy's side during the GGO, and it's probable that she was first taken advantage of before realizing that she had become an enabler or offender herself. Tragically, these kinds of cycles frequently work that way for fans as well. While some fans are questioning Mary's potential involvement in Diddy's actions, others are criticizing Jaguar for bringing up Mar's past. One fan wrote, "I don't get it. If Jaguar is a survivor, why is she mocking Mary, who she says was SA?" While another stated that she has a problem with MJB because Mary stopped being a victim of taking young artists and turning them into victims. But what do you think about this? Do you think Mary J is just another one of Diddy's purported victims, or is she his enabler? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below.